Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. I want to bring you this review this afternoon about Tough Love rings. So, how exactly did I come up with getting with this company and so forth? I'll tell you a little history of why I wound up doing this review. When I purchased my wedding ring numerous years back, I bought a titanium ring. And I was told when I bought it that, of course, it's very durable, it's titanium, this, that, and the other. And the lady that sold it to us asked what I did for a living. I said, why? And she said, well, if you work with your hands a lot, like a mechanic or a carpenter or anything like that, firefighter, police officer, so forth, that these things, because they're titanium, are very difficult to get off. In other words, if you damage your finger or traumatize your finger, something like that, that it may be difficult for the emergency room to take it off. So maybe the only way to take it off is to amputate your finger. So I always had that in the back of my mind. I was a little concerned about it, this, that, and the other. Well, I was on Yahoo. It's been a few months ago, and I think it was Jimmy Fallon, one of the talk show folks, had kind of became internet famous for a few weeks or a few days based on he had what's called a ring avulsion. And if you don't know what ring avulsion is, go look it up on Google or Yahoo or something. But if you got a weak stomach, don't look at the pictures because it's pretty gross. And a ring avulsion is basically when you or catch your finger and your ring damages your finger, and it can cause a situation where they would even have to amputate, and they do have to amputate quite often with those. So that kind of sped my process up, thinking I need to do something because I'm active, do a lot of training, firearms, this sort of stuff, and outdoors a lot, camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, whatever. And so I said, what's some options? So I got to looking around and discovered silicone rings. And believe it or not, I'd seen these things kind of out and about, but didn't realize what they were at the time because I would see guys, say at the gym or something like that, would have usually they're black, have a black ring on. And I thought, well, I didn't know what it was made of. I just didn't ask. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So once I got to researching, I figured out most of these guys are wearing silicone rings. So it's not anything new per se. It's been out for a few years, but and like I told you guys before that watch my videos, very rarely will you hear me do a negative review. And part of that is because I research extensively before I purchase. And so when you guys come to my channel, then I kind of done some homework for you, and I can make product recommendation based on, my experiences using the product, my testing, and what led me up to even getting the product in, either through a purchase or through one of the programs that some of these people offer for reviewers, that I've done extensive research prior to even getting it in. So I'm pretty sure I'm making a pretty solid purchase. So once I did all that, I reached out to a company I found. They advertise through eBay and some other channels, Amazon and so forth, and on the internet. They're a North Carolina-based company. They're based in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they are Tough Love Rings, and their website is tlrings.com. So I reached out to those guys and I said, hey, look, I'm wanting to buy a silicone ring. However, I'm also a YouTube reviewer, and I think your products would really benefit a lot of my subscribers and viewers. Do you have any special programs available for YouTube reviewers? And they said, sure, be glad to. Like to send you out some stuff, let you try it, tell us what you think. Like to see a review, especially coming from, they've never had anybody that was a professional reviewer. I don't consider myself professional, but you understand, somebody that does a lot of reviews. So they sent out some rings. They sent me 3 of them that thought that would kind of fit my clientele and the type of people that watch my videos. And what they are, they're silicone rings. And if you look, they're very flexible, and they are not that wide. These right here in particular are, this one is a man's ring, and it's 8.7 millimeters wide. If you look, this is my wedding ring, and I'm normally used to wearing a fairly thin banded ring. And so I was a little, I don't say concerned, but I thought, well, would I like it because it's thicker, it's wider than mine. But once I started wearing these for a few days, I really like them because of what it's made of. It gives and it flexes with your hand and fingers no matter what you're doing. So if you're lifting weights, if you're gripping, firearm, even like if you're gripping a pistol, if you're gripping the front forend of a rifle, they really, you just don't even know it's there. So I really like these rings and have gotten used to it now over the last few days. And I can tell you, I wish I'd have bought one a couple years ago. They're just comfortable. And I will say this, my brother-in-law had a pretty expensive wedding ring that he was on the lake one day and lost it. So think about this. If you wear one of these and you're out, and about, say, on the lake, skiing, or just out swimming or kayaking or something, it would be nice to lose this. He lost a very expensive, obviously it's sentimental, it's a wedding band, and he lost it. So if he had had one of these on and lost it, no harm, no foul. You just buy another one and stick it on, and there you go. Buy a couple of them when you buy. So if you're an outdoor person, military person, law enforcement, carpenter, anybody that could run the risk. Now, if you're sitting in an office all day and you're not doing a whole lot, that risk possibly damaging your hand or finger, then you're probably okay with a standard wedding ring unless you're wanting one of these. And even with that, if you're an active person just on weekends, something like this is awesome. If you go to the gym a lot, something like this is awesome. Because when you're gripping barbells or kettlebells or anything like that, machinery, it flexes and gives with your grip, so it's really nice. If you ride a motorcycle or things that you're worried about scratching gas tanks or paint or something like that on a special car or whatever, this right here is also a way to go. So they've got a bunch of different colors and designs. They sent me 3, but you can go to their website. They have a lot of different colors and variations. They have a more narrow ring that's designed for ladies, and I'm pretty sure, don't hold me to this, but I think it's 5.5 millimeters. This one right here is 8.7, and to give you some idea. So when you size these, after contacting the company back and forth, I told them that I wear a size 10.5 ring, and I got that size based on going by a jewelry store and saying, hey, what size is this ring? Because it was not on the inside anywhere, so I had no clue what my ring size was. So they said, yeah, you wear a 10.5. So I emailed the company back and forth a little bit, and I said, hey, I wear a 10.5. What do you recommend? They said, if you wear a half size, go up a size. So they sent 11s, and they're perfect. They're just fine. They are snug enough where I feel like I'm not going to lose them, but yet I can work them off and get them back on just fine. So I would think if I might could have went with a size 10 maybe, but I think it would have been a little snug. This right here is just right for me. It seems very comfortable, and I don't feel like I'm going to lose it. So that's kind of the trick with a ring, where it's comfortable on, but yet you don't feel like you're going to lose it all the time. You're having to worry about that. So, but they have all kinds of rings. This one right here is the black one. They also have, this one's a camouflage, which kind of fits the my type viewer if you're a tactical kind of person. This one here is kind of a woodland style camouflage. It's got greens and a couple shades of green and tans and blacks and browns. So this right here is that. They also have a series that's kind of dedicated to, say, law enforcement, like thin blue line or thin red line for your firefighter guys. And they have some that would match up with some military. They come in these packs like this. It's got their information on the back, and it's got the size and so forth. This one right here they sent me is for would be for your Army guys potentially. It's called the thin yellow line. Again, you wouldn't have to be in the Army or anything to, if you just wanted a two-tone style ring, wanted something a little more different than just a solid black or something like that. They have pinks and blues and creams, and they got all kinds of colors. But that right there is the thin yellow line, and but they've got a lot of different variations in colors and sizes to choose from. So I highly recommend these rings. One thing these guys did that I really appreciate for my channel is they've offered a discount through the website. You can go to their website, and I will annotate in this section here, the actual discount code. It's a coupon code. Just use it in. It's for 25% off. So use that, and it's for a single or a bundle. They offer them in like just single rings and or bundles, so you can use the 25% off for my viewers and subscribers. They've offered that, so I really appreciate that. I don't know how long that coupon code will be available, so if you're interested in getting some, go ahead and take advantage of that, because 25% off is a pretty good discount, I thought. So I thought that was really nice of those guys. But if you've got, like I said, if you're active out and about, military, law enforcement, like even your law enforcement guys, you know, if you damage your finger just like spraying it or, you know, jam it or anything, trying to make an arrest or something like that, and you have a finger trauma and it starts swelling up on you, because as soon as you hit and jam something, it'll start swelling immediately. And if you have something like this on this titanium, they may not be a choice. I don't know what they would do exactly. They might could get it off, but you know, you kind of run that risk. Plus you run the risk of a ring avulsion, where the ring actually causes the major damage to your ring, and it's basically almost skinning your finger kind of situation because of the ring. So guys, if you're a military, law enforcement, very active like that, outdoor person, I highly recommend this. I call them safety rings, and that's kind of how I Googled them to begin with, safety wedding rings, just to see what came up, and then I found these, so that's why I did that. So if you've also got metal allergies or something like that, these right here would work great. Work in the medical field, and you want to see, like this one's got grooves, which bloodborne pathogen stuff could get in there, and you'd have to really scrub it to get them out. This right here is smooth silicone. I'm pretty sure it's a medical grade type silicone, so that's a good thing too. And but anyway guys, if you're looking for something that's a lot safer and kind of tactical at the same time, I think you need to check these guys out at Tough Love Rings, and it's tlrings.com, and I'll annotate some of that and put it in the comments below. If you've got any experience with anything like this, be sure to share that with us. If you have any questions, post those below. If you have any questions about the rings specifically, I just got what I have in and tested them. Reach out to TL Rings and ask them directly questions. Unless you ask me a question about, you know, just something that I like it, or if that's fine. But if you got specific questions about the rings, be sure to reach out to those guys at tlrings.com. I'm sure they'll be glad to take care of you, and so forth. But anyway guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, post those below. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be bringing another video shortly. Have a good day, guys.